Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. We're now going to have the next 4 stages of Build the Kit from the Knightrider series, which is stages 23 to 26. Okay, so we are back and we are doing the Knightrider. So I've had a couple of weeks off just to rest and recuperate because I've been busy at work and everything and doing YouTube and work as well. It does get quite busy. But yeah, so I'm well rested now, so I'm going to be cracking on with the Knightrider. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the free gift that we get this month. So here it is here. As you can see, we get a blue, sort of like, it is tin. We got a blue tin plate with Knight written on it. That is it. That is supposed to be the license plate for the California Knight. So it's missing the California at the top just here, which is disappointing. And yeah, it doesn't look that good. It's a bit too small and stuff like that. I will grab a license plate and show you it next to it. So here is the Hector 1 number plate. As you can see, it is slightly bigger, so this one does look a little on the small side. But yeah, this one's all embossed and everything. This one is embossed in the centre here, but we are missing quite a bit of detail. This just looks like a blue plate with Knight written on it, whereas this one actually does look like a number plate. So I'd rather it more look like this. You can pick them up on Amazon, so there is people putting links on the Facebook groups and everything, so you can go along there and you can actually buy the one from Amazon. But a lot of people have complained to fanhome about this, saying it's not good enough, it's not what you advertised, and yeah, they want the one that was displayed with it. And apparently they have told them that they are sending out the ones with the California written at the top there. So yeah, that is quite disappointing. Just a blue plate with Knight written on it, that is quite disappointing. If it had just that with just the California at the top would have been so much better, but yeah, they failed to do that. So yeah, that's quite disappointing, that is. Okay, so just before we crack on, I'm going to tell you that I'd show you all the parts and the magazines right now and then build them all after, but I thought, well, what if you're not doing all them stages, you're just doing one of the stages, you don't want to watch all of them at the same time. So I'm going to do each part and each stage as I would do if I was filming them separately, so they're one after the other. So if you want to, you can use the little scroll bar down the bottom, the chapter select, and you can select which chapter you want to see. So without further ado, let's get the parts open and start building. So all of this delivery, we're continuing on with the turbine. So as you can see, we get another big chunk of the turbine in there. So what we're doing, we get this little black part here, and we're going to be attaching that on. That's going to be secured on with BP screws. Then we can attach this little plate down onto the actual turbine that we finished off with last time. Then we can connect all these both parts together. That's just going to get sandwiched on with some AM screws. So not a lot to do at all, really. So open up the packaging. This is the first section we're going to use, this part here. We're going to take this little black part here. And well, we've got these two posts here. We do have two little nipples down the bottom of there. I don't know if you can make them out. We want them nipples facing these posts, so that's going to sit just on there, just like that. And then two BP screws in the back there to secure that down. So in goes the first BP screw. It's been quite a while since I've done a part work build. Been a couple of weeks, had a couple of weeks off, so yeah, getting back in the swing of things now. Got a little bit of a backlog to get through, but yeah, that is that on there, just like that. Okay, so we're bringing back the turbine that we did work on from the last issue. This is what we got up to. So just on the back here, we do have these two little posts at the back here. So ignore this first one for the second. And yeah, we're going to be working with these two. So we're going to be using this part here. We're going to have it this way up with these two parts facing down the way. And then we can just push that onto the back, just like that. And then we can secure that on top with a couple of GM screws. So this may be a little awkward to hold. So I'm just going to get that screw started in there, and I'm going to start with the next screw as well at the same time. So holding that on, and that's going to stop it spinning around in there for me then. So it's going to make it a bit easier to hold. So now I can go all the way down with this one. And then we can tighten this one up as well. And there you are. That should be on there, just like that. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting these two parts together. So you want this open part, it's going to face the back. so the closed part is facing the front, or you can just use these two pegs at the front to make sure that they're at the front. So we're going to put the front part in first, and then lower this down at the back, and then sandwich them two together, just like that. We've got the two holes at the top there. That's for a couple of AM screws. So I'm going to put the back one in first. It's quite of a weird looking turbine this, isn't it? Okay, so that ain't going in yet. So I'm going to put the front one in first. That one's bitten. Nice and tight. Get the second one in. Just at the back here. That's better. And there you are. That is this stage all complete. Stage 24. Look at that. We've got the K.I.T.T Foundation logo on the front of there. That looks pretty cool. So this one's going to be short and sweet this stage. So all we're doing is we're going to be connecting these two parts together, just like that. Located in 3 points there. When we turn that over, 2 BP screws at the back and 1 at the front. Really, really easy. So there we are. Have a look at that. I do like that with the K.I.T.T Foundation logo in that on there. That is quite nice. So we're going to turn that over, and as you can see, we've got these 3 points here, and the shape matches. So that's just going to lower down onto there, just like that. And then 3 BP screws in the back is going to secure that on there for us and have that all as one part then. So this is the air intake duct. There we go, that's the first one. And the second one. And then finally, the third one. And that is that done. Have a look at that. It's now one piece. And that is this stage complete. Stage 25, as you can see, we get these 3 parts there and some screws. So what we're doing, this is a front right intake and air intake base. So we're going to put these two together with some BP screws. Turning the page, we're going to attach that down onto there, just like that. And then a little bracket goes in the middle. That's going to get secured on with a BP screw. I think they're all BP screws in this issue, and then the part we just had, we're going to secure that down onto there as well. So we're going to start off with the curved parts, which is this one here and this one here, just like the stage before. They go together like that, and we're going to secure them together with a couple of BP screws. So let's get the first of these in there. That's number 1, and number 2. The only screws they supply us with in this stage is BP screws, and that is that on there. Okay, so now we're taking this part here. Now this is quite difficult to see in the magazine which way round this is going to go, but if you look at the little square in the center, there is a circular hole just to the left hand side of that, and that's the way you want it. So we're going to be going on the opposite side of that. So with the screw holes that we just used facing up the way, that's going to go just on there, and again a couple of BM screws. Get the first of these two in, number 1. And number 2 just here. And there you are. That is that on there. So now we do have this final piece here. As you can see, we have the little square notch. That is going to go into there. And then we're going to put another BP screw down through the top of that to secure that on. Let's get this one on, lining that up and securing that down onto there. That should be that way round. As you can see there, it's kind of hard to show you because it's black on black. But yeah, if you can make that out, that's the way round you want it. Now turning this part over, this is going to get secured onto there. So you want this to come round and face the front here. That's going to line up onto there, just like that. And then again, 2 more BP screws. Really, really simple issue, this one. So we go into this hole, just here. Number 1, and the final screw of this stage is going on the opposite side just here. just like that. So that is this stage complete. So the final stage this time, let's get to the build stage. There we are, that's everything that we got there, and our parts are in there. So we get a lot more parts this time than we have in the last couple of stages. But yeah, so what we're doing, we're going to be basically building up the same as we did in the last stage. We're going to be doing the opposite side. So this is for the front left. That's going to get attached straight down onto there, and then we can attach this front part onto the back just like that. And when we turn that over, we can start attaching all of these grills and everything on, and then we basically just attaching this then down on top of the turbine just like that. So I'll go through it step by step, but yeah, by the end of this we should have something that looks a little like that. So kicking off this one like we did the last one, these two parts get put together and get secured together with, again, with a couple of BP screws, sorry, not BM screws. Going into plastic, not metal. Get that one down onto there. Nice and tight, just like that. Bringing back that part, this can now get sandwiched onto there. Again, that is getting attached with a couple more BP screws. Get that one on. Just like that. One more. Just here. So that is what you should have so far. Now we're going to take this part here, and you will notice on the front there is an arrow just on the top, just there. Can you make that out? There's an arrow. We want that facing up the way. So with this standing up the way like that, we're going to be attaching that onto the front there, and we're making sure that the arrow is facing up on there like that. And again, we can secure that onto there using 4 BP screws. Now, one thing missing from this part, which I would have liked, would have been a location peg to help hold this on there as you're doing it, because it just wants to move around. So I'm going to get the first one in. That should help us hold it then. There we are. That should be a bit easier from now on, but I am going to put one in the opposite side just to make sure I've got that lined up perfectly. So it goes down onto there. Then we can let go of that now. That ain't going to go anywhere. So one more either side. Just like that. And then the final screw in here is going this side just here. There we are. So that is what you should have so far. Now we can take this grill meshed. It doesn't matter which way round you have this. This is going just in the front, just here, just like that. Then we can use 2 EP screws, which is the flanged ones, and they're going to sit just down on here. So let's get the first of these in. Nice and tight. And then we can get the second one in. Let's hold that there. Secure that down. There we are. So we've got these two final parts here. I have a left hand side and a right hand side. So we're going to use the right hand side one first. And this little notch just on the top here, we are going to be putting this on. So this is going to go into this side just here. So let's get that on. So that's going to go just on there, just like that. And we're going to be securing that on with a GM screw through this hole just here. So it actually wants to go on this side, not that side. So I did say the wrong side. Right, let's get this on. GM screw. There we are. That is that on there. Now we can take this one, and this one's going to be done just a tad different. We add this to it first. This is going just down here. There's this little stump bit there on the outside. If I can find it, just there. There is a peg and a screw port. So we're going to put a BP screw through the top just there. So let's get this BP screw in. just there. So now that is attached down onto there. We can put this little cap end just in the end of there now, just like that. Okay, so I've just noticed, but you may have noticed, I've put this on completely the wrong way. So I need to turn that round. It's quite easy to do if you followed me along. Just undo the 4 screws that connect that all together. So 1, 2. I thought something was off when I was doing it, and I just couldn't put my finger on what was off. 4. So I can lift that up, turn it round. That's going to go onto there. So you want it like that. I thought it looked a bit weird when I was doing it. But yeah, I don't know what picture I looked at to put that the wrong way round. But you make mistakes. There we are. That's better. So now we can put the right hand side one back on. So that's going down onto here. Just there. And now we can put that screw back in. Alright, so that's that back on there. So now when we put this onto here, everything should be the right way round. So again, we want to be going onto here just like that, and I am just going to double check that that is the right way. Yeah, so they're up there, that's there. Yeah, so it is the right way. Let's get these in. First one, and now the second one. Just in the opposite hole, just here. There we are. It's a bit wobbly, that, but never mind. But tries when we get this bit on, it will straighten it up a bit. And the final 2 screws we are going to need is some GM screws. We're going to be putting this side on. So this is going just on there, just like that. And we're going to put on this side a couple of GM screws through these 2 holes here. First one. Now the last screw of this stage. Let's go just in here. And there we are. We have our turbine. That's a weird looking turbine, that, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it looks like so far. Don't know if we're doing any more to this or not, but yeah. So mine is a little wobbly just there, so I'm going to go in and redo that and retighten that up. So mine is wobbly this way and that way. I believe it's this part on the black disc part on here. So I'm going to go open that up and tighten that up. But yeah, that's what you should have after all these issues. So there you are, guys. That is stages 23 to 26 of Build the Knightrider kit car, all complete. Sorry I got that turbine part around the wrong way, the air intake, but yeah, I don't know why I put that on that way originally. So yeah, if you are following me along with this, do make sure you do put that round the right way. So that is what you should have it like that, not like with this bit facing this way. Yeah, when I was doing it, I don't know what I was looking at in the magazine, but yeah, it just looked ran the other way to me. But yeah, it wasn't until I got to a bit later on that I did notice it. But yeah, we all make mistakes, so it happens, doesn't it? But yeah, what can you do? So that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to click the like button down below, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. It does help the channel out, and yeah, we are very close to 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.